Welcome to Book to Blueprint, where powerful books become practical blueprints for real life. You do not need more information, you need execution. This is Book to Blueprint. All right, so today we're not just going to talk about Brianna Wiest's incredible book. We're going to build something you can actually use, an actionable blueprint. Think of this as your personal guide to take the core ideas from The Mountain Is You and plug them directly into your life. So, let's get started. You really just have to look at the subtitle to get what this is all about: transforming self sabotage into self mastery. And that's such a powerful promise, right? It suggests that all those frustrating habits that hold you back, they aren't just weaknesses, they're actually a form of untapped energy. And this blueprint, it's your guide to turning that energy into your greatest strength. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to define the challenge, the mountain, and the goal. Then we'll install a brand new mental operating system. After that, we'll dive into a daily action plan, cover the habits you'll need, and pinpoint the traps to watch out for. And finally, we'll get to the heart of why this climb matters so much. Okay, first things first. Before you can even think about climbing, you've got to know what the mountain actually is and where you're trying to go. This is the absolute foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. So what is this mountain we're talking about? Here's the key. It is not an external problem. It's not your job, your city, or anyone else. The mountain is the conflict happening inside you. It's that gap between what you say you want and what you actually do. You know the feeling, right? It's that invisible force that has you endlessly scrolling when you swore you'd work on your big project. It's basically self-sabotage, and it's keeping you stuck. And that brings us to the goal, self-mastery. But here's the perspective shift that changes everything. You're not a victim of the mountain, you are the mountain. And I know that sounds a little weird, but think about it. It means the obstacle and the power to overcome it are in the exact same place, inside you. And that right there is where all your control is. To climb this kind of mountain, your old ways of thinking just won't work. You need a new mental framework, basically a new operating system for your brain. These are the core principles that will guide every step you take. Okay, this is your new code. First, forget about waiting for some big, dramatic breakthrough. Real, lasting change happens in tiny, daily micro shifts. Second, you have to build your life on principles, on what works, not on how you feel in the moment. Your mind is also anti-fragile, which means challenges and stress don't just break it, they actually make it stronger. And this one is huge. You have to stop accepting your own excuses. So your subconscious mind has this homeostatic impulse, which is just a fancy way of saying its main job is to keep you safe in your comfort zone. To beat that, you have to learn to act based on your goals, not on your feelings. All right, enough with the theory. We've got the principles, now let's get into pure action. This is the heart of the blueprint, a simple, repeatable plan that you can literally start the second we're done here. And the process is so simple, it's brilliant. Step 1, identify. Just pick one super small thing you want to change. Step 2, define. Create an action that is so tiny it feels almost ridiculous, what the book calls nearly undetectable. Step 3, execute. Just do the thing. Don't wait to feel motivated, just do it. And 4, repeat. That's it. You just let the incredible power of consistency and momentum take over. And look, this shows you just how small we're talking. These are not massive life overhauls. You want to exercise? Forget the hour at the gym. Just do 10 minutes. Want to read more? Just one single page. The goal here isn't to get jacked in 10 minutes or become a genius by reading one page. The goal is to cast a tiny vote for the person you want to become. You're building a new identity, one ridiculously small action at a time. So, what happens when you keep making these little micro shifts day after day? Well, they start to stick. They become habits. And these are the recurring behaviors that will eventually build the foundation for your future self, the you who's already on the other side of that mountain. So here are 4 key habits to lock in. And notice how simple and measurable they are. Journaling for 5-10 minutes a day just to get your thoughts out. Decluttering one small space, a drawer, a corner, to create order. Visualizing your future self once a week to stay connected to your goal. And a quick daily review of your principles. Success here is not about how well you did it. It's just a simple yes or no. Did you do it? Every single yes is another brick in the foundation of your new self. Now, every journey is going to have some potholes. Knowing what the most common self-sabotaging traps look like is half the battle. So, let's talk about what to watch out for on your climb. This slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? It's the mindset of self-sabotage versus the mindset of self-mastery. You have to stop waiting for that big bang moment and just focus on the daily micro shift. You have to stop waiting for the feeling of motivation and instead commit to the principle of action. And please, stop waiting for the right time to start, because the only time you ever really have is right now. And you've got to keep an eye out for these other classic traps. Just being able to name them helps you disarm them. Making excuses, that's just choosing your reason for failure ahead of time. Staying disorganized is often just a subconscious trick to create distractions so you don't have to face the real work. And as we've said, letting your fleeting emotions run the show is a surefire way to stay exactly where you are. And finally, don't try to do too much too fast. You'll just shock your system and snap right back to your old ways. Slow and steady is the name of the game. So, after all this, the tiny shifts, the new habits, dodging all the traps, what's the point? Why does climbing this inner mountain actually matter so much in the end? This, for me, is the most beautiful idea in the whole book. Self-mastery isn't about erasing your past struggles. It's about finally understanding them. All those years of frustration, of self-sabotage, that wasn't a sign that you were broken. It was a signal. It was your deepest self trying to tell you that you were made for more, that you are capable of a so much bigger life. Because, at the end of the day, the goal isn't just to get over the mountain. The real prize is who you become during the climb. The strength, the discipline, the self-respect you build along the way, that's the part that stays with you forever. That's the whole point. So the blueprint is in your hands now. The principles are clear. The steps are simple. The only thing left to do is start. So I'll leave you with this one question. What is the first tiny, nearly undetectable microshift you are going to make today to begin your climb? If you have a book in mind that should be added to our list, comment below. If this blueprint helped you, subscribe and build with us. We are doing this one book at a time. Remember, you do not attract what you want. You attract what you do. More blueprints are coming. Stay intentional, stay consistent. Now it is time to act and build.